Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa baraka wa sallam. Qala Syekhul Musannifu rahimahullahu ta'ala wa nafa'ana bihi wa bi'ulumihi fi daraini amin. Saktatus salati sittatun. Now we will enter to the section about the pauses in salah are 6. These pauses are sunnah, recommended things. If you do not do it, your salah is still valid. Okay, but to do it is really good and to show the knowledgeable of the people that they are praying. So he said that the first one is between the takbiratul ihram and dua iftitah, which is when you takbir Allahu Akbar, you wait for a second, then Allahu Akbar kabira, alhamdulillah kathira. Okay, you do not Allahu Akbar kabira, alhamdulillah kathira. Okay, don't straight away lah. Okay, wait for a second. Then he said between dua iftitah and ta'awudh, after dua iftitah and before you ta'awudh is a'udzu billah, which is Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammad minal musyrikin la syarika lahu wa bidzalika umirtu wa ana minal muslimin. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. So wait first, then do not straight wa ma ana minal muslimin a'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Wait, you have pause, then you continue with a'udzu billah. Then after that, between a'udzu billah and al-Fatihah, a'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, then between suratul Fatihah waladdallin and amin, waladdallin, amin, and there is doa between that, which is rabbighfirli. Okay, you when waladdallin, it is sunnah to recite rabbighfirli, then you say amin. Okay, just quietly for yourself. Yeah. Then after that is between amin and surah, amin, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, so have that pause. And between the surah and bowing, after you, let's say Malikin nas, Ilahin nas, min syarril waswasil khannas, alladhi yuwaswisu fi sudurin nas, minal jinnati wan nas, Allahu Akbar. Yeah, do not straight away Malik nas, Allahu Akbar. Okay, boleh, you can, but it's better to have the pause. But for the imam, it is better for the number 5 between amin and the surah. For the imam, we said you have the saktah latifah. What is mean by that is the imam wait around 30 seconds for the makmum to recite their Fatihah first. Then after that, the imam recite his surah. Okay, that is the recommended things to do. Okay. Yep. It is better to recite any surah. Let's say normally what the scholars do, let's say they read the long surah, right? Let's say wasyamsi wadduhaha wal qamari idza talaha, they read it slowly. Wadduha wasyamsi wadduhaha wal layli ma wadda'aka rabbuka. Then when the timing of the two already meet, then he recite it loudly. Or if you want to read another surah, also can, no problem. Yeah. Normally for me, how I do it, I recite back another Fatihah to get the timing. But I recite it quite fast lah. Then that's the way I do it. But not the normal scholar, because it is recommend. You can just quietly just make zikir in your heart, also can, but because the recommended thing is to recite any surah. Why? Because in mazhab Hanafi, it is invalid to stay in silent for a long time. So that's why for us we said recommended. For us it's not. For the imam, it is sunnah to wait. For that, even you do not recite anything, but it is better to recite something, right? So let's say you recite the ad-duha and then after finish that, you recite loudly the al-inshirah, let's say, for example. So that's the way the scholars do. Okay. Yeah. Yep.
There is one way to recite the Al-Fatihah, which is Alhamdulillah combined with the Basmalah and combined with the first ayah of Al-Fatihah. Okay, to not have to pause during that time.
Makruh. It is not dislike. It is dislike. Why? Because it is say in the hadith Sahih, when we recite the Al-Fatihah, when we recite Alhamdulillah, Allah Ta'ala respond with Hamadani Abdi, right? The my creation, my humble, my subordinate, my servant make hamd, memuji, praise me. Okay, so and let's go to up until the finish of the Fatihah. So we said that's why we say it is makruh to recite Al-Fatihah continuously. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin arrahmanir rahim maliki yaumiddin iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka. Yeah, it is by tajweed it is totally fine. It's okay, but in the we said that Allah Ta'ala respond to us at every pause of it. So that's why we say recommended thing is to recite it pause by pause. Okay. Right. Then he said, okay. Then he said there are 4 posture in which tuma'ninah is compulsory. Alright. He said in the ruku', in the i'tidal, in the sajdah, and while sitting between 2 sajdah. Okay. So the tuma'ninah, the composure is a pause after the movement to such an extent that every limb remains in its place for the duration of reciting one Subhanallah. Okay, so that is the qadar, right? The qadar of tama'nina, the time of tama'nina. So that's why this is the not many some people neglecting these things, right? This is not to shame people, things like that, no. But to have the muhasabah bersama, right, together. I asking this question to my student, which is from the Faculty of Islamic Studies. You know, how long is Toma'nina? They said 5 seconds, as long as your breath. So this silly answer, you know. The answer that have been given by the scholars is Subhanallah, right? The duration of the Tuma'nina is Subhanallah. So, yeah, the Subhanallah is about 2 seconds or 1.5 seconds, things like that, right? So, but yeah, that's the main thing lah. Okay, right. Then he said, Asbabus sujudi sahwi arba'atun. The causes for sajdah as-sahwu, prostration of forgetfulness, are 4. Number 1, leaving out some of the sunan ab'ad. Main sunnah either completely or partly. So the sunnatul ab'ad has 7 in the next page. Inshallah we will mention about it. But if you leave it, leave all of the sunnah or leave half of it, you are recommended to do the sujud sahwi. We will mention about it after this. Then after that, number 2 is to forgetfully do an action that will nullify the salah if it was done intentionally. Okay, if the things you done intentionally, it will break your salah, but you do it because forgetfully, then it will be you are recommended to do the sajdah of sahw. Okay, sujud sahwi. Then number 3, to recite a verbal integral of salah in an inappropriate place. Let's say you read Al-Fatihah in sajdah. Okay, so it also recommended to sujud sahwi. Number 4, to perform a physical integral with the possibility of it being an extra integral. Okay, alright. So let's say you are doing 3 sujud, 3 sajdah, things like that, right? So is that kind of physical integral, you need to do sujud sahwi. Then he said the ab'adu salah sab'ah. There only 7 sunnah ab'ad, the main sunnah of the salah. Okay, but the total of the sunnah of the salah are many. Okay, the total are many. There is one book being written by the scholars of Yemen, Habib Sa'ad Al-Aidrus rahimahullah ta'ala. He wrote about, there is about 500 sunnah in the salah. About 500 sunnah that are revolving around the salah. Okay, so this is a lot. Okay, but most of them we already do it, but we just not really take it into account that it is part of the sunnah of the salah. Okay, but the one that we say the sunnatul ab'ad, which is if we leave one of these 7, it is sunnah for us to do the sujud sahwi. Other than the 7, it is not recommend for us to sujud sahwi. What it is? Number 1 is reciting the first tashahud, the tashahud al-awwal. Okay, so reciting the tashahud awal is sunnatul ab'ad. If you forget to recite it, you just straight come up, so then it is sunnah for you to do the sujud sahwi. Number 2 is sitting therein in the first tashahud, the tashahud awal. So let's say you do not know to recite. Let's say you just convert to Islam, right? Or you just learn about Islam, or you just learn about your fardu ain. So you still not remember your tashahud recitation. So even though you do not know how to recite it, to sit for it is also a sunnah. Okay, to sit for it is also a sunnah, even though you're not reciting any of the tashahud awal. Okay. Number 3 is recitation of the salah upon Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam therein in the first tashahud. Number 4, recitation of salah upon his family in the final tashahud. Number 5, the recitation of the dua kunut. Okay. Number 6 is the recitation of the salah and the salam upon Nabi SAW in dua kunut. And number 7 is the recitation of salah and salam upon his family and his companion therein in dua kunut. Okay. Alright. Okay. So this is the seven sunnatul ab'ad, which is the one that we say if we leave one of these, it is recommended for us to do the sujud sahwi. If we with the imam and we follow the imam and the imam doesn't do any of these 7, okay, any of these one of these 7 things, and the imam do not do the sujud sahwi, we can do the sujud sahwi. Okay, if imam already give the salam, we still can do the sujud sahwi, even though the imam do not make it. Alright. Right. Then he said, faslun tabtulu salatu bi 14 khaslatan. He said the factor which nullify the salah are 14. Number 1 is hadath, ritual impurities, either the large or the small hadath. Okay, hadasul akbar or hadasul asghar. The number 2, impurity falling on the body or clothes if not removed immediately without carrying it. Okay, let's say you see the defecate of the lizard, right? Things like that, you see is drop upon your shirt. So you just, if you are removing it just like that, then it's okay. Okay, but if you are touch it, he said that without carrying it, like you just kilas macam tu. Okay, if you are carrying it like this, then nullify your prayer. Okay, because it's different. Number 3, exposing of the aurah if it was not covered immediately, even though you not intentionally exposing the aurah. Let's say the fan is too strong, right? The wind is too strong, blow your telekung, things like that, right? Your kain, pelikat. So if and exposing your aurah. So if you not close it immediately, then it will nullify your prayers. Number 4, intentionally uttering one or two letters which can be clearly understood. Okay, and two letters is not really which can be clearly understood. Anything mufhim, harfin mufhim, bir harfaini aw harfin mufhim. If one word, one letter but not giving understanding, then it's okay. But if two letter, even though it's not understand, if not giving any understanding, it's still considered nullify your solah. Things like that. This is one of the things that happen in the prayer. The imam forgetting his recitation of surah, things like that. Example, he recite Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qul ya ayyuhal kafirun la a'budu ma ta'budun wala antum 'abiduna ma a'bud wala ana 'abidum ma 'abadtum wala antum 'abiduna ma a'bud wala ana 'abidum ma 'abadtum wala antum 'abiduna ma a'bud wala ana 'abidum ma 'abadtum wala antum 'abiduna ma a'bud wala ana 'abidum. When to finish, then he want to cover, what he do? He making up the cough. Okay, he making up the cough, then is nullify the solah. Why? Because the cough is you have alif, waw, ha, kaf, 4 letter. Right? So it's nullifying the solah. So beware lah to be imam, right? Melata then is ni lah. Tak sengaja lah. Yeah, it's not breaking the salah because it's still in.
If the imam mention also that means we have to start the praise again, is it?
No. The imam is the one that batal lah kan. Makmum tak batal. Makmum stick. Yeah, somebody take over. Okay. Then number 5, to break the fast intentionally in the solah. Yep.
What is on the topic? So if the imam does not move from his spot, because he still continues.
Do we do the mufaraqah? If we really confirm lah dia sengaja batuk. If we do not know, then it's just ni. Number 6, to forgetfully eat a lot. Number 7, 3 consecutive motion even if involuntarily. Number 8, extra movement that is contrary to the habit of the sane person. Number 9, an excessive strike of the hand. Number 10, to intentionally add an extra physical integral of salah. Number 11, to precede the imam in 2 physical integrals of salah. This one, do not precede. And number 12, to delay with 2 integral without any excuse. Okay, without an excuse. So, do not precede the imam in 2 physical integral, and do not delay from imam from 2 integral that completed without any excuse. Means like this. For the person that precede the imam, if he, let's say, qiyam with the imam not yet rukuk, he rukuk first. Alright? So this is considered 1. If the imam rukuk and he get up, is considered 2, and his salat is nullified. Okay, his salat is nullified. Even though it's thing like this, he rukuk first, imam rukuk, imam i'tidal. Then when imam want to sujud, he sujud first. Right? So that also nullified. Even though it's not, we say muallat, right? But still nullify the salah.
What if during rukuk,
Okay.
I've seen before, a child actually really pull onto the phone now.
Okay.
So does it notify that onwards prayer?
No.
No, she is fighting back.
Yeah.
In rukuk.
No, insyaAllah. Yeah. Tak batal, insyaAllah. Yeah. Because it's not it's not really her fault. No. And for the delay, let's say the imam is rukuk, he's still not rukuk, the imam already i'tidal, is already considered one integral of solat. Okay, then if the imam going down to sujud and he is still not going to rukuk, his solat will be nullified. Okay, if the imam already finished his sujud. Okay, so he need to niat mufaraqah lah, to separate his solat with the imam. Okay, continue his solat alone lah. Alright. Number 13, the intention of terminating the solat by suspending its termination on a foreign action. Or number 14, by doubting its termination. Like, if am I going to terminate my prayer or not? So even doubting about it is already terminate, nullify your salah.
So you are in the condition of where you need to mufaraqah.
Yeah.
Like the two integral. And then so putuskan sah, right?
No.
So that's sah still.
The sah still in contact, no problem. Yeah. Just do your prayer lah. No problem. Okay. Then he said, page 50, faslun syurutil qudwati ahad asyara. All these things he talk about the sunnah rawatib, we just pass it through. Faslun alladhi yalzamu fihi niyatu imama arba'ah. The intention of being an imam is compulsory in 4 conditions only. So, other than these 4 conditions, the niyat of imam is just recommended. Why? Because the jama'ah is fardu kifayah. Okay, jama'ah, salatul jama'ah is fardu kifayah. It's not fardu ain. So it's only fardu ain when first in the Friday prayers. Okay, on the Friday prayers, imam need to make his intention as imam. Number 2, to repeat the fard or naf salah in the time hoping for rewards. Number 3, a vow salah that is to be performed in congregation. Number 4, a salah offered before its time due to rain. Okay, alright. So all that kind of salah, you do it Number 4 is salah offered before its time due to rain. This is the mean you do the jamak takdim because of the rain. Okay, so the jamak takdim because of the rain, you cannot do the jamak takdim in the house. You need to do the jamak takdim in the mosque, in the congregation. Okay, so because you can do the jamak takdim because of the rain, but is in the heavy rain, when the rain, we said that will not stop up until after the work of the asar, things like that. So then the syarak give you the rukhsah to do the jamak. Why? Because it is difficult for people to come to the mosque for the next salah, right? So you can do the jamak takdim. So in that cases, the jamak takdim of the salah you do in jamaah. So the imam need to niyat, to make the niyah of imam.
So if the rain stops before asar, then people can still do it.
If wallah alam, I need to check back if the ni, because we said the condition must be the rain is continuous, right? So yeah, by the condition is considered nullified lah kan. But I need to check back. I'm not really, because not many books talk about the shurut about, yeah, where we do not really do it lah in here kan. And also people thinks you know people posting in Facebook just a few months ago, not going to Salatul Jumaah because of raining, things like that, right? So this kind of silly childish punya kefahaman lah. Okay.
Sometimes nowadays men they know that it's compulsory for them to pray more than 3 times consecutively, and let's say if they should not miss 3 right, so that then it becomes, I don't know what's the form. So what they will do is they do 2 times, and they miss 1 time, they miss 1 time, you know.
Yeah. I know.
And I'm seeing a lot of this because
Yeah.
They make it a point. You know, they.
Yeah.
What?
It's still consider haram. Yeah. And maybe it will consider as playing with the rule of syara. Yeah, there is a hadith. The Prophet say people who do not pray 3 times consecutively of the Jum'ah prayer is considered a munafiq, things like that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there is hadith about it. But the point of the hadith is not say, if I'm just miss one, then it's okay. No, it's not mean things like that. Yeah. If you miss it purposely, yeah, then it's still problematic. Yeah. Okay. Then he said syurutul qudwati ahadasyara. Now we enter to the salatul jama'ah. Alright. He said that the condition of following an imam are 11. Number 1, the ma'mum, the follower, should know of any invalidity of the salah of his imam due to ritual impurities or anything else. Number 2, it should not be such that according to the mazhab of the ma'mum, the salah of imam is invalid and has to be repeated. So let's say, that's why we said things like following another mazhab, things like that, right? So we know that according to our mazhab is not invalid. Let's say like other mazhab, they do not believe the Bismillah is part of the Fatihah. So for us, it's considered is considered invalid, their salah. So in that cases, for the certain place like Mecca and Madina, it's okay lah. It's not okay. It is permissible to pray with them. But in other places, or let's say we know that these people are mazhab Syafi'i, but they following another mazhab, right? Do not recite the Bismillah, thing like that. So that kind of problem, yeah, is considered invalid too.
There was one time, there's a sheikh who came to Al-Falah. He didn't recite Bismillah.
Okay.
But he was the imam. He had the prayer. So how was that?
Yeah, that's why. Normally we said it is it is how you want to say, we said that for us it not in our belief, in our mazhab it is not valid, but in his mazhab it is valid, right? So yeah, he said here it should not be such according to the mazhab of the ma'mum. So our mazhab is considered invalid. So in this, I'm arguing also this part with my teacher. Not arguing lah. I'm discuss with them. Just that they said that that's why he put number 81. If you see in the footnotes, he said it should not be such a follower following the salah of person which will have to be repeated. Like a person offering a salah with tayammum because of cold, a mukim, he used things like this. Okay. Mana ni? Okay. A mukim who made tayammum in a place where normally water can be found easily, or a person who does not find neither wudu. In this situation, the salah should be repeated although the salah was valid according to the mazhab of the imam. So this is what he said. According to us, he consider is not. But in the number 80, he said it is valid for a Shafi'i to follow an imam of different mazhab, whenever the follower is not certain that the imam has omitted an obligatory component of salah. However, if certain that the imam has omitted one, it is not valid to follow him. The validity is based solely on the mazhab of the follower as to whether or not something obligatory has been omitted. Example, the Shafi'i follow a Hanafi imam who touched his private part. According to the mazhab of the follower, the wudu of imam is invalidated, but not in the mazhab of the imam. So this kind of problem, is the same lah. But we said the one that we hold, there is opinions of the scholars said that the jamaah is more we want, because some of people when they going to Mecca, things like that, they praying in the hotel. Why? Because they're not praying congregationally. Why? Because they said the imam is following another mazhab, so we do not. Because this point lah. So if I'm not mistaken, in Fathul Mu'in, he said that the rewards of the salah in the Masjidil Haram with the congregation is more than we want to argue with this kind of condition, right? So it's better to do the congregation, but it's no problem. Okay. Then he said, number 3, the imam should not be a follower. Things like this is imam, this is the follower, and we make the follower as a imam. This one cannot. If the imam in the front is still not finished lah. If they are already finished, then it's different story. Okay. Number 4, no an illiterate person. What I mean by illiterate is he cannot recite Al-Fatihah proficiently. He cannot read one of the letter of the Fatihah proficiently. Okay. So let's say he pelat kan. Pelat, what we call pelat? Pelat ada ke? Tak ada. Oh, no lah. Okay, pelat R kan. Dia ghairil ra kan. Dia ra, baca ra dia ga kan. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Things like that. So his pelat ra, he cannot become an imam to people that can recite ra proficiently lah. Okay. If we don't know like Zuhur kan, but his takbir Allahu Akbar kan dengar juga. So if he do not clear for us, then it's okay, no problem. But if clearly kan dengar, tak boleh lah. He can be imam to the person that pelat R juga, pelat ra. So both thing. If he pelat R and ra and dha, things like that. Bilal? Sayyidina Bilal. I'm not sure. Yeah, but he can recite, he can make the azan, no problem. But he cannot be an imam lah. Okay. Number 5, the makmum should not stand ahead of the imam. Oh, ni kerek nama dia. Yep.
Just one more thing. Like a convert who hasn't studied the pronunciation properly, so kalau macam the pronunciation is a bit angle like the R and stuff like that, is that considered not instead of raw, jadi
Yeah.
it's a linguistic problem.
Yeah, they still cannot. They still in that time they cannot be an imam lah. For the person that can recite properly.
So if he's like making congregation of all converts,
Yeah, sama, it's okay.
tapi kalau
Ha.
no, I mean I'm just saying.
No. It's okay. But yeah, you can be an imam to the person that with the same standard. Yeah, or less than you. Okay, it's okay, no problem. Yep.
I have a friend who experienced where people ask him to be an imam, but he's actually a convert. And then by the end of like say 3 people, but then by the end of the prayer when he gives salam, he saw that there's a lot of people. Maybe you don't know this people are going to shout with so that's for me.
Yeah, it's okay, no problem. Because it's not like he intentionally to become an imam, right? So yeah, no
And
problem.
they could have just moved on.
Yeah, they could. Because the tanggungjawab is upon the makmum, right? To choose his imam. Number 6, the makmum should be aware of the movement of his imam. So he must know the word, how the imam doing his salah. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, sorry. The makmum should not stand ahead of the imam. That is mean by, if the imam is here, the makmum either just do not either the same or belakang. So he cannot move in front of him. Okay. But in certain cases, you can, but not in the direction of the imam. Let's say you are in the Kaabah. You are at the Kaabah, right? So at the Kaabah, let's say this is the Kaabah. Okay, you are here. Okay, the imam is here. If so, any people in the direction of the imam cannot in front of the imam. Where the direction of imam is here. So if you are at this position, you can be in the front, no problem, because you're not in the direction of the imam. Okay, only the people at the direction of imam. So it's around here lah. Okay, it's around here. So any people around here, he need to, if the imam at the circle number 1, they need to at the circle number 2. So but in the people around there is okay, no problem. So this is some Kaabah. Okay. That's why if you see in Masjidil Haram, there is certain places je yang kosong kan. Other places just penuh je. Okay. So
if the makmum slowly, like for kids especially, they sleep in front, they go in front of the imam during the solat.
okay.
So for what should we do?
Dah, no, tak apalah, budak. We need to teach them lah, but it's okay. Okay. Then he said the makmum should be aware of the movement of his imam. Number 7, the imam and the makmum are in the same masjid or approximately 300 arm length apart. This is 300 arm length ni is 300 hasta lah. Alright, 300 hasta. So arm length is about 150 meters. Alright. He put here 144 meters, so it's around that. Okay, 150, 144 meters. So outside the masjid, you cannot from the last row, you cannot be apart around more than 300 hasta, 300 arm length, around 150 meters. Let's say the 10 rows, right? They have 10 rows, 1, 2, 3, about 10. After that, you are at the back row, right? So if it's still in the masjid, it's okay, no problem. Okay, but if outside the masjid or in the musalla, things like that, or you pray congregational in the field, right? Padang bola, right? So you cannot be separated from the last row more than 150 meters. That's the mean by that. Okay. If in the masjid, if 1 kilometer pun tak ada masalah. The masjid. Let's say imam in the mimbar, you pray in the minarets. It's okay, no problem. Number 8, the makmum intend to follow the imam or the congregation. Number 9, the procedure of their imam and the makmum salah should be conform to each other. This mean what? By that, it mean like if the imam want to pray the prayer of khusuf or kusuf, the prayer of the solar eclipse, right? The eclipse or lunar eclipse. And you want to pray Isha, things like that. So you cannot make a congregation together. But if let's say he pray a sunnah and you pray a wajib, then it's okay, no problem. Okay, that is mean by the number 9, the procedure of their solat. Because why? The solat kusuf you have to rukuk, right? Is different from the normal procedure of the solat. Number 10, the makmum should not differ with the imam regarding those sunnah which do not permit contradiction. This one is quite extensive about it. But there is a sunnah which is you must follow the imam, and if the imam omit it, you must omit it also. There is a sunnah, if the imam do, you must do. If imam omit it, you can still do. There is a sunnah, if imam do, you have the choice to do it. But if imam omit it, you must omit it also. And there is a sunnah that if imam omit it, you have the choice. And if imam do it, you have a choice to do or to omit it. So there is 4 category. I need to check back which one is this. We will talk about it in the next class, inshallah. Okay. And number 11, the makmum should follow his imam. This is right. So the makmum should follow his imam, not follow other people lah. Okay. Or if the imam has what we call muballigh, right? Muballigh is in the early days, which do not have the microphone, loudspeakers. You need to have the what? The ni lah, muballigh. The person when imam Allahu Akbar, he at the back, he say Allahu Akbar. But in the what happened now in the Masjidil Haram is you do not really need it. But in that time, if you have a muballigh, you must follow the muballigh, right? You must follow the muballigh because the muballigh have the stand as imam, have the what we call tugas bagi imam lah, because he's the one that know what imam do. Okay, so even you hear the voice of imam, you still need to follow your muballigh. If you are at the back of the muballigh lah, right? But there is some opinions of the scholars said that you still can follow the imam lah. No problem. Okay. Suratul Qudwah Tis'un. Alright. I think I finish this. He said the form of following the imam are 9. 5 of which are valid, 4 of which invalid. The 5 is for a male to follow a male, for a female to follow a male, for a hermaphrodite to follow a male. This is khunsa ni. For a female to follow a hermaphrodite, for a female to follow a female. Okay? Alright. Number 4, the 4 that which invalid, it is a man to following a woman. Alright? A man following a hermaphrodite to following a woman, a hermaphrodite following a hermaphrodite. Okay? So these 4 surah is form is not is invalid. Only the 5 earlier is valid one. For a male to follow a male, female follow a male, hermaphrodite follow a male, female follow a hermaphrodite, and female follow female. A hermaphrodite, he cannot follow a woman or follow a hermaphrodite. Why? Because a hermaphrodite is khunsa. What is mean by khunsa here is khunsa mushkil. Because there is a khunsa which is not a mushkil. Mushkil is he do not know, she do not know. What we say he, she. Unclear lah. Right? He or she do not know. No, he choose when he can choose. Or she can choose. What I mean by that is you have the criterion, is it? Dia tak sebut kat sini. But I mean by that is, let's say he has the private part, right? 2 private part. If the one, the only active one is the male or the female, so he consider the one that active. If both are active, we see which one is the first one that active first. That one, if both are active instantly, simultaneously, right? So in that cases, you still cannot. There is a way you know, to we said we weight the how many the urine, things like that, which one if the same, which one the first the will get excreted, the sperm, things like that. So there a long way to do that. But if all that we cannot choose all that thing, so we say is mushkil.
So, but then they will still nullify a wudu if accidentally.
Yeah. Still nullified. And still nullified if you touch it. But to touch the private part is nullified. To excrete anything from the private part also nullified. But to touch either male or female is not nullified. Not nullified. It only nullified when he touched both. He touched male, he touched female, then both at the same time. Then it's nullified. Because when he touched a male, she can be he. When he touch a woman, he can be she. So then when he touch both, then he cannot ni lah kan. Dia tak boleh cross. Dah pilih, tak boleh buat apa lah. He consider a woman if he pilih woman. Dia follow the same ni lah. Dia dah tak consider a khunsa mushkil lah. So insyaAllah will the fiqh is still quite lengthy, but inshallah after this is not really much about it. We already finished the half part, the main part of the thing. Yeah, we already want to finish the part of the salah. After this we will enter the salatul Jumu'ah inshallah. So inshallah in the next class, after we finish, if this class is not finished yet, we will still finish it before the Ramadan. Yeah, before Ramadan inshallah. And I think the Tawheed we can finish in the next two class inshallah. So in this until the end of this month, and then earlier next month we can finish the inshallah. So Allah Ta'ala alam, jazallahu anna sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa ahlu subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun, salamun ala mursalin, alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.